What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 23 of my Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Let's Play here with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and today I've got for you guys another playoff live commentary. Hopefully you guys are good. If you missed last episode, well, you know that we won the last playoff game, but go check it out as always. Today, we're going to be taking on the Capitals. Before we get into that, bit of exciting news. We have a new acquisition, a new player, a player who I touched upon before, actually, but we decided to kind of, I guess, splash the cash on him now. So here he is, Alexander Radulov. He's 29. We've got him as a free agent, so he's actually eligible for the playoffs, which I'm kind of excited by. I believe he's the second all-time point scorer in the KHL. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's something that I read on Wikipedia. But there's something else I read on Wikipedia, and of course, this guy's now eligible to play for us in the playoffs, which is fantastic. I should point out this is the first game in the series he's going to be eligible for, this one we're live comming. And he's a very good player, but I wish I'd researched him before I signed him because, well, he's got a bit of a reputation. I'm sure if you're from the US or Canada or North America or just follow the NHL, you'll know a little bit about Radulov here. But he's had a kind of topsy-turvy career. He's dipped into the NHL a few times. He's actually got decent points totals when he's been there. However, on May the 1st, 2012, Radulov and his Predators teammate, I guess it's Kostitsny, was spotted at a bar at 5 AM before Game 2 of a playoffs game against the Coyotes. So basically, he broke curfew whilst he was at the Preds and got sent home and got his contract terminated. And that was in 2012. Today, he joined us for the playoffs. Hopefully, he's not going to be going to any bars before today's game because that would not be any good. So yeah, touch wood, we've kept the vodka away from him. Alexander hasn't drank. Hopefully he can do something good for us today. And we're going to need him to do something good because things have gone awfully. Let's just look at the playoff bracket just to refresh you guys' memory. So you can see here the overall bracket. The Stars and the Preds play actually in the other playoff final. The Preds are currently 3-1 up. And as you'll see here, the Capitals are 3-1 up against us. Yes, it's not been great. Let's talk about this series. So we actually got off to the best possible start in this series, actually. We won 4-2. A great little win. Kessel, Shaw, Panic, Riemsdyk with the goals for us. Looking at the game stats here, you can see we dominated the game. Well, actually, I say we dominated the game. It was actually a fairly close game, but we edged a few important stats, stuff like board plays won. We killed the penalty that the one penalty that we gave away, but we didn't take the power plays. In the end, our kind of just creative, I guess, force in terms of creating a lot of goal scoring opportunities around the centre was the difference maker. You'll notice here that one of the goals came just kind of inside their half. It's worth noting that was after they had pulled their keeper right at the end of the game. So really this was a 3-2 win with one late goal. Anyway, speaking of 3-2 wins, or 3-2 results rather, we lost 3-2 in the very next game. The Capitals winning in regulation time, Backstrom grabbing the vital goal for them. And well, the Capitals do have a very strong team at their disposal. If we just take a look at a bit more about their team and go to the selection, you can see based on average ratings who some of their key players are. So they've got players like Backstrom, who I just drew your attention to as getting the winning goal there. He's a good player. They've also got Ovechkin. I can never say this guy's name. It's Ovechkin. Why do I struggle with that name? He's one of the biggest players in the NHL, and it's Ovechkin. Right, I said it. I've done it. Mission accomplished. Try and say that properly again later when it comes to it. They're their two real kind of big players. If we look at the rest of the players, they've got a few players as well, like this guy Matt Niskanen, who's a pretty decent player at 29 years old. They've also got this guy Braden Holtby, who has played all their playoff games. For some reason, it's listing him as being their backup goaltender. I'm not sure why that's the case, because he has started all their games for them leading into this game today, so I don't know if they've changed it for the game that we're going to play. But yeah, so I got a bit sidetracked there, but they beat us 3-2 there. They then beat us 3-1. Disappointing again. We just didn't turn up. They were always in the lead. From the moment they scored their first, we never looked like challenging, unfortunately. Kessel with one goal. A lot of power play goals here, which is slightly surprising. To give away 2 is really disappointing, simply because our penalty killing ability has been so good this year, and that hurt really to see that kind of thing that we pride ourselves on really be kind of torn to shreds, I guess, in that game. And the last game of the series played so far was a 6-3 win to the Caps, which, yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I feel like we're in a similar situation to the other last year, I think it was, when we played Boston. And I think it was 3-1 to them in the series, and we won the first game and then we lost 4-2 across the kind of series. I'm hoping that we're going to see nothing like that today. You can see, looking at it, it was a good win for them, really. There's not a lot I can argue with. They were the home team. We are at home for today's first game. They were just by far and away the better team. You look at it here, they didn't have that many more shots than us, but they just nudged us ahead in absolutely everything. And that kind of was the big difference maker, I guess. So anyway, today's first game, and hopefully first of many, of course, if we were to lose this, we'd lose the series 4-1, which would see us lose in the conference final game, which I might cry a little bit about. But yeah, so first game, and hopefully not the last, is at home against them. Hopefully we can get something against the Capitals here and then build some momentum from there. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it. I should point out, I have been looking at a few other players in Russia, like this guy Kovalchuk, but he doesn't want to join me, unfortunately. He's a little bit old anyway, but to be honest, I'm really, really delighted to get Radulov in, and if he can do something on our second line today, that's going to be fantastic. There is one injury just to tell you guys about. There's a big one. Actually, no, there's two, really. Bernier got injured. I can't remember if he got injured during this series, or it might have been last series in the playoffs. I think it's this series, actually, that he got injured. As a result, we've had to bring in Jake Allen, who's not a bad goaltender by any means, but he's now playing in our team as our kind of goaltender, I guess, with our other goalie Bernier out. Bozak is also injured. He's listed day-to-day with a damaged elbow, so I could risk him. But his condition's only 74, so I'm not going to do that. If we look at our actual team here, all in all, I'm kind of happy with how we're looking. I'm going to make a few little changes here, I think. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about how our team's doing, if I'm honest. I feel like we're doing okay at the moment. I am actually going to promote Nylander into the second line here, just because he's been improving a lot lately. We're going to play him alongside Booth and Radulov. So we'll confirm that. Hopefully we can get a good result here in this first game to kind of, I guess, extend this series further. Of course, you can see here the Preds win their series 4-1, which does mean that if we could mount this comeback, we'd take them on in the Stanley Cup kind of finals series. But there's a long mountain to climb to get there. It's really not going to be easy. I'm hoping we can do something here. I should actually point out that with the Radulov signing, I wasn't actually sure last episode. I had him kind of tabbed as a player who I was interested in but not super desperate to get at the end of last episode. I went and decided to look in a little bit more detail at his stats, and he actually got the top kind of points total in the entire KHL last season and the most goals with 37. And it kind of convinced me that if I could sign him, I should probably sign him. So I gave him a slightly better salary than he was expecting. There were 7 other teams interested in him, so we had to fight off the competition, I guess, from them. But he's here for us today, the Russian. I'm hoping he's going to do something. We're going to give him the number 1 jersey. We only have one goalie dressed. Let's solve that right now. For some reason, asking your assistant to pick the goalie position when you've got a virtual goalie, which is just one that's kind of generated by the game when you've not got a second goalkeeper spare. 'Cause in our team, we only have the 2 goalies in Allen and Bernier. So this guy McSorley is just a kind of virtual player, a fake player to pad out the roster. So we have him. But for some reason, when you ask your assistant to fill the roster, he doesn't actually place him in the team. So we'll sort that out. But we are taking on the Capitals here. We are 3-1 down in the series in this best of 7. Lost the last game 6-3. We need a comeback. We need a miracle. Radulov, the player to look out for in the number 19 jersey. But it's not him who's going to get on the score sheet. I believe that was Shaw playing there, getting us the goal, which is good for him. Just looking at it, it seems like the lines that I showed you at the start have been changed. Let's just double check this. Okay, I don't know why Shaw was playing in the same line as Radulov. And, oh, I know why, because they were on a penalty kill. Jack, wake up. Anyway, the Capitals with possession of the puck here, carrying it forward, and they will score. Overchin nailed his name again, makes it 1-1. A good early goal for us has been cancelled out fairly kind of immediately by the Capitals, and that's going to leave things at 1-1 after the first. Maybe we can get something going in the second. This is a battle. This is hard. They've got a power play here. We need to defend well. If we could get a goal short-handed, that would be amazing, but that is ambitious. Brouwer gets the goal for the Capitals to make it 2-1. And unfortunately for us, we're in a tricky situation. A really tricky situation. I'm going to have to change some tactics. I feel like at this point, if I was actually playing the game, I'd be switching to barrage shooting. And I know that it's broken, and so I don't want to do it. So, the thing is, I said at the start of this year, I'm not going to use the barrage shooting anymore. But I kind of feel like in this situation that I'm in, whereby I'm chasing a game that I'm 2-1 down in, if it was in any other situation, I'd just change the barrage shooting and put it on at this point, because we need to just create as much as possible. And so for that reason, I'm actually going to put the barrage shooting on. I'm sorry to the people who hate it. If we win now, I'm going to feel dirty, but in reality, I play quite an aggressive kind of system, and there isn't a lot more that I could change that's any more offensive other than turning up the shooting. So I'm just going to turn it up on our 4 lines. Please don't murder me. We need a goal. We need a chance. Maybe we can do something here, but we're 2-1 down. Knowing my luck, it's not going to make any difference here. We failed to make the most of a power play there. Let's change our forward usage to just 2. We've got to go for it now. We've got to go for it. We're a goal down. We need to get our best players on the ice for as long as possible. There is going to be a chance here, though. 6 minutes left on the clock. We're on the attack. Radulov lays it inside to Shaw, who smashes it home to make it 2-2. And Radulov, the former Preds man, he wants that Stanley Cup final. We're going to need more than his goal, however. But there's still time here. We win possession of the puck. It's an attack. And there'll be a face-off here. Kessel, Nylander and JVR, the men leading the line for us. The Capitals trying to kill the penalty. We have possession of the puck. Nicely worked here. Kessel back inside. The D-men passing it around. We are really exploiting the space here. But can we get an opportunity at the end of it? It's 2-2 still, but we're on the attack. We still have the man advantage, but not for long. Only a minute left, but there's a chance. The double rebound saved. The Capitals now trying to hit us on the break. 30 seconds left of the power play, but we're still on the attack. We still have possession of this puck. We're having so many opportunities. Can we make something happen here? Yarmouson going forward, trying to create something. He will retain and regain possession of the puck. We're on the attack here. Radulov saved again. Saved again. Nylander to go in the face-off for us. He's going to be taking on Kuznetsov. Can he get something? He can't. There's 2 seconds left, Jack. Open your eyes. It's going to an overtime. We are fighting for our survival here. I'm going to have to change our forward system to the front 3. Otherwise, our first and second line are just going to get burnt out if this overtime drags on. But yeah, 2-2 here. The Capitals need a win to win the series. We need a win to win, although they're on the attack and Allen makes a good save, but he looked like he panicked then, the goaltender. Had an opportunity just to kind of, I guess, catch the puck, keep hold of it, tried to disperse it to really get the play moving, and it's resulted in them winning a face-off here. We need to defend this well. And actually that's an offside given against the Capitals. So 13 minutes left of this first overtime. We need a miracle. We need a comeback. We need something. They are trying to dump the puck, but we still have possession of it. Can we make something happen here? It's pulled back. It's hit over the net. The play's still not over, though, although they regain possession. We now have it. The action is happening thick and fast. Yarmouson looking for the opportunity. Gets poked away, and now Fane are going to have to recycle possession from the backboards. As the ball will find its way to someone. Who is it? Megna. Grant. What a hit! Yarmouson scores! He's bailed us out again. We win the overtime, making the series 3-2. We have a lifetime. We have a way back into this game. The Capitals still leading the series 3-2. But that overtime win sees us get another bite at the cherry. We still have to win our next 2 games. How did our new man get on, Radulov? First game, a 7.0 rating. He did get the 1 assist, so he's contributed. I'm looking for more from him, though. He is the man to watch, perhaps. He's going to take maybe a little while just to get used to our system, bed in with players, but if he could have an impact in this playoff, that would be incredible. But with not many games going on elsewhere, it means that we can get straight into this next game. So looking at it, we look pretty decent. Just checking our lineups. Coach wants to drop Nylander. Nylander, how's it going? What have you done in this playoff? You've got 1 point in 9. You know what, assistant? I'm going to trust you here. I like who he's picked for the other lines. I'm kind of pretty happy with that. Yeah, I can't complain too much, I don't think. Although Percy's really tired. Percy needs a rest. I'm tempted to bring in Bozak, even though he's tired. I think it has to be done. I'm going to play him in the 3rd line, I think. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm going to play him in the 2nd line alongside Booth and Radulov, and then we'll play JVR, Shaw and Kessel. Right, we'll go with that. Confirm that. Are there any other players who have actually been picked here who are really struggling fitness-wise? Andrew Shaw, not great. Neither's Parlett. Bozak has the knock. With the exception of that, we look okay. Bernier's only got a week left out, so he might be back for some of the later Stanley Cup games if we get that far. Of course, that is a massive if. I'm not sure why Jake Garden needs a new number. I can only assume that Radulov took his number, but that would be a little bit bizarre, but we'll give him a new number. He can have it. So we are taking on the Capitals here. We are playing in Washington. We need a win still, though. The series, 3-2 to the Caps. Pressure is on us to mount the impossible comeback, really. To make a comeback from 3-1 down in this series would be incredible. Looking at it here in the first, not a lot happening. Nothing happening is in short. If we look at the stats here, we've had 10 shots. They've had 18. We have won... Well, we've won no face-offs pretty much. That's a little bit worrying. That's been an issue creeping into our game in the playoffs, but... We'll see what we can do here, although Washington on the attack, and they will get a goal there. Kuznetsov grabbing it for them to make it 1-0, or 1-0 rather. It's not good. It's not good. Here in the second, we are a goal down. And time's slipping away with not a lot happening, although there is a chance here, maybe. We have possession of the puck. Who is that? Who is that? I'll tell you who that is. That is Booth steaming in from the left-hand side to make it 1-1. Kessel with the cheeky assist. You're at the Verizon Centre here in Washington. It's 1-1. Massive period of hockey about to get underway here. We know that we need something magical to happen for us to have any chance of getting in this series. But it's 1-1 here. There's still not a lot happening, although there is a chance emerging here with 4 minutes left on the clock. And Washington on the attack. Washington score. And that's not good. That's really not good. We need a crazy comeback. And in order to get that crazy comeback, well, I think we're going to have to try and put barrage shooting on again. I'm sorry. You can hate me if you want. But we've got to do something, haven't we? Let's dump the puck more, less creativity, higher tempo, more shooting. And then on our second line, higher tempo, less creativity, more shooting, more dumping. Dump all the pucks. And then we'll change our third line to normal and our fourth line to offensive, I think. And we'll go with that. And see what we can do. We need a goal. We need a goal. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. The Capitals are 2-1 up, and there is 2 minutes left to kind of, what's the word? Rekindle, reaffirm. Just basically get back our playoff and Stanley Cup aspirations. And we have a chance there, but that is a fantastic save by Holtby in net for them. We are on the penalty kill here, so this is going to be tough. We need a short-handed goal with, well, basically a minute left. We will have 20 seconds just before everything's wrapped up with an equal number of players on the ice. But really, this is mission impossible. I'm sat here just kind of praying, but we need something special to happen. Unfortunately, it's not looking like it's going to happen. Yeah. I wish I knew how. I wish I'd remembered. So I asked people to tell me how to pull the keeper and pull the goalie, and someone told me how to do it, and I've forgotten. I feel like it's under. I thought it was under team tactics, but I can't see it there. I almost want to tab out and check because this could make the difference, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be too little. Perhaps too late for us. I wish I knew how to pull the keeper. I feel like it's under team settings and it's probably just in front of me. It probably is just sat there and I just can't see it. But I wouldn't know. Right, shot targeting. Let's go high. That can make the difference. I've not assigned a starting goalie. Well, that's not very good, is it? Well done, Jack. Can I just stick Alan out? Right, we'll go with that. Mission impossible. We need a goal with 30 seconds left. I can't see it happening, but you never know. We can dream. It's all even, but there's not much time left. And, well, the Capitals are on the attack. And the final horn goes. And we lose in the playoffs again. Oh, boy. That hurts. That really hurts. To lose the Series 4-2. The Capitals probably run out deserved winners. We come second. That doesn't make it feel any less painful. For the second year in a row, we top our conference, and for the second year in a row, we don't even make it to the Stanley Cup final. We fall in the playoff stages, and I want to cry. I want to cry. Right. Well, I guess I should talk a little bit about what's going to be coming next. The next episode will be the draft. When it comes to the draft, all our picks are in this kind of later. I'm on the wrong thing here. If we go on picks, all our picks are in the later stages of the first round. As you can see, 3 first round picks, but they're like the last picks. I'm going to try and trade these up if I can. I am also weighing up maybe getting rid of a few players who we might be able to free up some space with, you know, in order to get some better picks. So who knows, there might be a different setup when you guys come back. At the moment, I believe we have 3 first round picks, a 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick. Of course, I did trade away my 5th, 6th and 7th round picks in the draft for the next few years as part of a few deals going on this year. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the progress the team's made. Young players developing well. We're going to have the likes of McDavid definitely playing in our NHL team this coming year. Really, I'd like to draft in a few more big names. Maybe bigger young prospects too to help kind of bolster our team. We'll have to see who's available. I think we made some good acquisitions this year. If we just look at it, you can see that well, we didn't do badly, I guess, is what I'd argue. If we look at the regular season, you can see looking at the points, Kessel and Riemsdyk did fantastic. Yarmouson, the defenseman who we brought in, 31 assists and 6 goals is not too bad of a contribution. Andrew Shaw got 23 goals and 13 assists. He had a very good first year. If I get a few players like those guys, that would be fantastic. In terms of if we can, I guess you guys will have to tune in next episode to find out. So, slightly heartbroken to get knocked out in the playoffs again, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you've got any feedback, maybe any advice that I can maybe take on board going forward, I'd love to hear it. It's just annoying to dominate our conference by such a massive margin and then fall to the Capitals, a team who, well, I feel like we did okay against them in the previous games we played against them, but unfortunately that's nothing. That doesn't count for anything in the playoffs, and as a result we sit slightly down, wiping our tears away, cursing our luck and hoping next year's our year. So yeah, that was everything. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed, smash the like button. I think that's everything. So other than that, I'll see you guys next episode for the draft. Exciting times ahead. And yeah, other than that, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.